You wake up, check your phone, millions of views on TikTok, thousands of people visiting your site, but no one's buying. So in this video, I'll be walking you step by step on exactly how to create a branded Shopify dropshipping page. That's not only gonna get you more sales, but it's gonna take your website to the next level. By the end of the video, you're gonna know exactly what to do, even if you're a complete beginner, and what mistakes to avoid. Now, this isn't some generic shit that you're gonna learn in freshman year business class, so pay attention. I'll even be dropping some saucy advanced tactics, so stick around. For anyone new here, I'm DOMINYKAS. I run multiple e-com brands like Gassy and Rascals and help you guys do the same. All right, so first we're gonna download a page builder like PageFly. Use my link down below and you're gonna be able to create a few pages for free. Next, we wanna choose product page and then choose a template to begin with. For this video, I actually created my own template, which you guys can get down below for free. Just give me your social security number and email. Check my website down below and download it after this video. All right, so first thing we're gonna wanna do is edit our description a little bit. I'm just taking some stuff out because I'm gonna put it in a few different areas. Make sure you have all your photos uploaded, your prices, all that beginner noob stuff. Next, we're gonna go inside of PageFly here. I'm gonna start by tweaking the colors on here. What I wanna do is change this instead of ingredients for how to play because that has a little bit more to do with this shock game product that I'm doing. I actually don't like the icons, so I took them off completely. I didn't need one of the sections, so I just left it to how to play and shipping and returns. I'm putting my shipping policy 5 to 10 business days for drop shipping, 30-day refunds. Now, we wanna make sure the colors match for all the buttons and all the presets, so we made that blue. We're gonna go ahead and change this color. Whatever the aesthetic that you're going for, make sure you use those colors. Don't use 20 colors. Okay, this is something we talked about in the branding guide. You guys can check it out at the end of the video. I'll have it linked. As you see, there's some borders on there. We're gonna change the colors of these borders. That's what I like about PageFly. You can really edit a lot of the intricacies and little stuff that you wouldn't be able to normally do on Shopify Editor. Okay, now I just added in an image for our Visa and MasterCards. Make sure this is an SVG file. What this is gonna do is gonna make sure the photo never cracks or breaks quality, and it's just gonna look way more professional. I make sure all my icons on my website and logos are SVG files. You can export them like this with Illustrator, or you can actually find icons online that are specifically SVG files. Now I'm playing around with the margin and padding on here. A big thing about making it look clean and concise is by having good padding, sizing, margins. Now I'm gonna change the background of this main banner, but I'm not gonna make it the same blue because it's just gonna blend in too much. I'm gonna make it slightly a lighter blue, little baby blue. And I think this looks real clean, real sick. Make sure to go on the mobile view to make sure everything looks good. And on mobile, I like to make sure that everything is as concise as possible because I want it to be above the fold, meaning that above the spot where people scroll. So right now I'm playing with the font sizes, just trying to make it a little bit smaller so that everything is just a little bit more compact. And the less people have to scroll before they get to the buy button, the better. So I'm playing around with the sizing here. And this padding on here, I put it to 0 to just move it up a little bit. I put the padding down below. Let's see how this looks. Boom, way cleaner. You know, there's just a bunch of unnecessary space that was being taken up by that padding. On all devices, it looks good. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing for these ones up here. Change the padding, change the margins, just to make sure everything is a lot more squeezed together. A lot of these default ones on here are set pretty high, so I'm gonna change them to be lower. Make sure we save the page here. All right, this image just looks way too big, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on disable full width. I'm gonna make it smaller. Play around with the sizes a little bit, just see what looks good. Again, I went back on mobile, just tweaking some of these font sizes, making sure everything looks better. Doing the same thing for this bottom one as well, taking off the margin, just making everything a lot more concise. Again, there's a lot of space, empty space here at the bottom. We're just gonna make that, try 30, maybe 20. Yeah, I think that looks good. Let's see how it looks on desktop, save it. All right, so now we're gonna go to Canva, actually drag in our product here, and we're gonna make a cool little graphic for it to go in that second section. So to go with the aesthetic, I typed in blue 3D stock image and I just made this little blob. I ended up changing it around, and this is really the part where I like to get crafty and, you know, get in my nerdy shit. Try different things, see what looks best, see what doesn't look good. Okay, so I ended up going with this, and we're gonna replace this middle image right here with that one. Let's go ahead and upload it to here. All right, so I actually wanna go up with this lightning bolt right here. Let's see how that looks. We're gonna resize it, and we're gonna export it as a PNG. It's very important to do it as a PNG because it will make it transparent. Now, what we can also do is upload the file in the Shopify backend and actually upload the photo using a URL. Sometimes when you upload it directly on PageFly, it doesn't work that well. As you can see, some of the other ones are still loading and it's giving some issues. So this is a really good way to get over these glitches that happen. I'm continuing to play around with it. This one just looks a little bit too small. There's too much dead space that I added. You know, I'm looking at the different sizes, but I really just need to crop the image. And this is the part that nobody wants to talk about. Sitting here and going through the images, scaling the different sizes, trying this style, trying this color. Like, this is what 99% of people don't do. That's gonna take your store to the next level and make it so professional and make the conversion rates way higher. Everyone just wants to slap a few images together, type some random bullshit text and call it a day. And then they wonder why their shit's not doing good. Okay, so I'm actually opening up Photoshop because I couldn't crop this image inside of Canva. There's other online apps to do it, but I just know Photoshop the best. And for anyone that's getting into TikTok dropshipping, if you're a content creator, if you make videos, honestly doing anything online, Adobe Creative Suite, which includes Photoshop and all these other ones, is the way to go. You need to have this. Now I'm going inside of here and updating some of these icons, changing the product features. Obviously, whatever your product is, you're gonna change it to make sense for that thing. On mobile, like I said, spacing is very important. We're gonna change the padding here. It was 40, let's do 20. Just making it more squeezed together, more compact. We don't wanna squeeze it too much where it's like, holy crap, text is on top of text, but we do wanna make it as concise as possible while still looking clean. Now we're gonna start adding in some GIFs. I freaking love GIFs, especially for showing like how products work or like a step 1, step 2, step 3 type of thing. If you have a product that's a little bit harder to understand, this is the perfect way to do it with GIFs. What I did is I took 3 GIFs and made a GIF carousel. So on mobile, people will be able to swipe. I'm gonna add some text below it now. Okay, I think that looks dope. Make it centered. Now, I don't like how it's all squeezed in the middle right there. So I wanna extend the margins on the side. I'm having some trouble doing it there. I think it's gonna be the actual row that I need to expand. We're gonna take a row, we're gonna take a column, drag it in here. I put in a new column down here. There we go. I just couldn't figure out how to reformat that other one. So the best thing to do is just to start from scratch, make a new column and drag in your assets that you want to put in there. We're gonna make it all centered. That looks good. That text is a little bit wide for me now. So we're gonna bring in the margins. Go ahead and delete that old one. Let's give this a go. 30. Let's push these ones in too. 50. This button, so it looks a little bit small. Let's make it a little bit bigger. We'll go 50 and 50. That looks better. Go ahead and change the color on the button. Okay, here's how it looks on mobile. It looks a little bit too squished. So we're gonna go ahead and extend the padding actually this time instead of pushing it in. We're gonna extend the padding on here as well. Fire. This looks way better. Now, one of the reasons I like PageFly is because they have so many different app integrations. So we're gonna go ahead and toss in Luke's in here, which is a product review app. You can then import your reviews from AliExpress, from CJ Dropshipping, all the other websites, and build some nice social proof for your product. Now we got an FAQ section. For example, this product, maybe people are wondering, is it safe for kids? How long it lasts? So we're gonna answer all those questions on the FAQ section here. For example, a product like Gassy has a lot of questions about the effectiveness, the legality, so we answer all those in the FAQ section. I'm gonna preview the page here real quick just to make sure everything's loading. And as you see, some images aren't loading, some GIFs aren't loading. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload them to the back end and then copy and paste the link into the URL uploader on PageFly to make sure they work. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and delete these extra slides because there's like 12 slides on here and we really only need 3 for our 3 GIFs. I ended up switching the image to something just a little bit more basic like this. To be honest, the lightning and all that stuff was just a little bit too crazy for me. All right, now this section here is green when it's highlighted and I want it to be blue to match the rest of the colors. All right, so we're clicking around trying to find where that part is. I thought it was in the custom CSS code area, but it wasn't. I actually had to go to this active state section here and then go to background color and I found it. So again, guys, don't give up. Once you run into an issue, I'm telling you, just investigate, take a little bit of time. Altogether, it took me a little bit over an hour to make sure I got everything together, and that's me being skilled and experienced. So when you guys are going through it, take your time. You're not gonna be able to build these beautiful landing pages with all these awesome custom assets in 10 minutes. And the beautiful thing is once you have a template like this set up, all you really have to do is just go and change a few colors, change some of the descriptions, change some of the icons, and change the photos, and you're ready to test out a new product. This is exactly what what I do. I have my VAs go in there. They know exactly what they need to change for each item that we test, and that makes it super easy for us to be able to launch new products like this. Now you guys know how to make a fully branded, beautiful product page. But if you still make these mistakes, your store's gonna do horrible. So click on the screen right here for my full in-depth branding guide. And my mom said if I don't get 1,000 subscribers on this channel, she's gonna kill my pet rock. So please like and subscribe because I love my pet rock.